Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the United Way for another Manchester United news roundup. Um, Again, check out last night's show if you haven't. Again, this will be kind of a regular thing we'll be doing, pretty much late every night. And obviously, it is pre-recorded. I know it's coming out as it looks like a live, but it actually is pre-recorded. So it'll be out around 9 or 10 every night. Maybe sometimes later on the weekends. And again, we try and find every news. We try and scrape the end of the barrel, and maybe rumors. Whether it's January, signings or rumors or targets. We try to look what we can. So today we have a bit of news about Todibo, Brailsford, Ineos, Joe Hugel, and Ten Hag backs Antony as well. So that's pretty much that. And we're going to try and get all that done in the 10 to 15-minute range, because the longer the video, no one really wants to watch it. But again, before we get stuck in, please comment, hit that big red subscribe button if you haven't already. And let's jump in and start with the man you can see on the screen. No, not me, Todibo. This came up from Nice Martin. Again, I think Todibo is also linked to going to Liverpool as well. That's an interesting one. But Manchester United will bank on Dave Brailsford and Sir Jim Ratcliffe to use Ineos' relationship to try and sign Nice's John Clare Todibo in the summer. Now, look, as we know, he's a centre-back, obviously. And I say he'd be worth around 30, 40, 50 mil. Around that price range, anyways. Again, Nice might want 60 million, 65 million, to be honest. I doubt that'd be the case. But if Manchester United come crawling, well, then they might. Again, he is looking at linked to Liverpool as well. I mean, if you're going to be promised at least a trophy or two every season, more than likely Champions League football, you're going to want to go to the team that has the better chance of winning trophies and competing at the top, which is the Champions League and titles and just trophies in general, like we said. Again, unfortunately, at this moment in time, Liverpool are better than Manchester United. They look like they're going to be in the Champions League next season. They may win a trophy or two. Hopefully not, obviously, but that may be the case. So again, Liverpool probably sounds a bit more attractive to players like Todibo at the moment, especially linked to Manchester United. But again, if we want to, that's always a bit of a sucker punch when, you're not in the top four. If you finish top four, players are going to be, interest. If you come crawling, the players are going to be like, right, Champions League team. Again, the Champions League is where the money's at as well, so the players get their bonuses and all that stuff. So, yeah, you're not just competing at the top, but you're probably going to get a bonus, because you're in the Champions League. Obviously, we're knocked out at now, so again, we wouldn't have won the Champions League anyways, but you live in hope. But unfortunately, we can't live in hope because we're knocked out of the Champions League, so that kind of hope of Champions League glory is over. Again, I never predicted us to win anyways. If I did, yeah, I was fairly delusional if I did, and I do apologise about that. But again, I do hope he can get John Clare Todibo. I hope Liverpool don't go in for him. Again, Liverpool be looking for that kind of backup. They have obviously Van Dijk, Konate, and Gomez. Matip looks like he'll head elsewhere, so that'll be interesting. But Manchester United, of both teams' centre backs, we probably have the thinnest one. Yeah, I know some could look at me and say, well, we have Varane, we have Kambuala, Johnny Evans, Harry Maguire, Leach, but Varane will probably be gone in the summer. Kambuala might find himself on loan. Johnny Evans might be a reserve. So then we might just be left with Leach, Maguire, and whoever else. So we may have to bring on Todibo for that. And I hope we do bring in Todibo. Obviously hope that Nice relationship can come in clutch and we can bring them in. But again, let's see what happens between now and the summer. No team, I can't see any team signing them so far in the January transfer window, so I can see it being a summer transfer signing, and hopefully we can get them, and hopefully come the summer we are in a bigger and better position and we do finish top four. Not looking likely, but look, let us know, where do you think Manchester United and Todibo, can you see him heading to Manchester United or can you see him heading to Liverpool? Again, the only thing that kind of maybe tips us ahead of Liverpool is Nice. Obviously, we know Ratcliffe, bit of a thing with Nice. relationship there, so he may look at that. Or it'll be interesting to see what happens. But hopefully he can be a Manchester United player come August or September. Now let's move on and talk about another Ineos man. He goes by the name of Dave Brailsford. Again, let me just see if we're all good. Yeah, all right, okay, great. So, Brailsford. So again, it's interesting to see what happens with sort of Brailsford. I'll read out in a sec what the story is. So Brailsford will seek advice from former Manchester United chief executive David Gill, as well as Sir Alex Ferguson, before making major decisions over how to turn the faltering Premier League club around. Manchester United insider on Brailsford, P. Hall. He was already started with his marginal gains stuff. He's already started with his marginal gains stuff. These motivational speeches are what he does best. Every meeting can become like a leadership seminar with him, but he believes that is how to get things moving in the right direction. Again, obviously, he's going to sit down and talk to, he'll seek advice from David Gill, former chief executive David Gill, and obviously ex-Manchester United, not just only legend, but manager Sir Alex Ferguson, the man, the myth, the legend, the best manager to ever grace football, in my opinion. Call me biased, but fair enough, couldn't care. But no, listen, I do kind of, I'm not on the, I read these and I'm reading it out to you because it's news, and I do, I will not judge, Ratcliffe, Ineos, Brailsford, whoever else is in that train until maybe the end of the summer, because I'd be looking at that and I would think to myself, well, who's he going to bring in? Who are he going to let go in the summer? January transfer window for me, some look at it as an exciting time. I honestly, I don't like it because it's boring, because, Manchester United, in my opinion, and will always be, and until the Glazers are around, transfer deadline day, merchants, it's simple as that. We don't sign players in, early on, mid on, it's late on. We signed, I think, we signed Vegas on loan early on last season, not great. And we signed Sabitzer on transfer deadline day on loan. Literally, it came out that Ericsson was out for a few months. Then we pulled up our sleeves and we were, oh shit, we have to go out and sign someone. So again, if Manchester United to sign anyone, we have to kick one of our players and get them, pretend up fake an injury. But look, hopefully Brailsford and Ineos can do the job and Ratcliffe. But like I said, I'm not jumping into the Barney army yet. So yeah, let us know what you think of Brailsford. Hopefully Fergie, again, he's gone to people who've, I'm sure, been obviously, Fergie been successful girls, so he'll be looking at that, and he'll be looking to see what he can get. So he's really going, insightful and deep into the club. Again, just fairly quick before we move in on, Joe Hugo, Manchester United young striker, joins Bolton Albion on loan until the end of the season. So again, best of luck to Hugo. He's again, personally, I thought he looks like he can be a good striker, but I think it'll be a long time before he, is back in that kind of Manchester United, like where he really, really is back in that playing, getting first team football. It looks like he's tall. He looks like he can do the job, but at this moment in time, I doubt Ten Hag has any plans for him. So again, best of luck to Joe Hugo, and hopefully he can smash it at Bolton Albion as well. So best of luck to Joe Hugo. Now we'll talk a bit about Antony. We will talk about Alvaro Fernandez. We will, but we'll talk about Antony first. Now we'll talk about Alvaro Fernandez because I really want to talk about Alvaro Fernandez. He's kind of looking forward to talking about the ex Manchester United left back at this moment in time. So again, Antony, Again, Eric Ten Hag, came out, done a press conference. He's backed his player. He's backed his player. He's backed his boy. You know what I mean? He's done what he's done what probably every other manager would do. Like the player or not. If Ten Hag, knows deep down that bringing Antony was a big mistake, he's never going to come out and say, "Yeah, Antony's absolutely shocking. I don't know why I signed him. Waste of money." That's not how it is. If that's what you think Ten Hag does, he's just not that kind of man to do it. I don't think he's kind of ever been that kind of guy. Ten Hag to do that. He'll come out and criticise a few players here and there, but he brought in Antony, and I do hope Antony could turn it around. But Ten Hag, we'll do it out anyways. Ten Hag says allegations against Antony have affected his performances. It has had an effect, an impact on him. Definitely, he has to deal with that. He has to be better. I can explain. I think it's very simple. His off-field issue stopped him playing. First year was okay. The preseason was very okay. First 4 games was very good. I've seen the game against Borsback, and he played a very good game. But from that moment, he was out, and then he came back and didn't deliver the performance you should expect from him. And he can do so much better. So again, he's backing his boy. He's Ten Hag is sitting back, and he's backing Antony. And listen, don't no two ways about it. Ten Hag, I hope Antony can turn his form around at Manchester United. I really, really do. When we signed Antony, again, I questioned the money side of things. I didn't question the player side of things because, Manchester United we looked great then. We had a new manager. We were bringing in players. We brought in Malacia, Leach, Christian Eriksen. We're bringing anyone else? Antony, obviously, we were looking. All right, fair enough. I like this. This is it. This is what I like to see, and it just doesn't seem to be the case for Man United at this moment in time. You know what I mean? It just doesn't seem to be the case that Antony is going to go on this incredible form for Manchester United, and I hope it's not another Jadon Sancho where it doesn't work out well and then it goes sour because don't get me wrong. Things can go sour very, very, very quick. And again, I can't see Antony being the type to be like that. But again, I probably would have said the same about Jadon Sancho as well, in all honesty. But look, like I said, I again, Ten Hag, like I said, he's never going to sit there and say, "Oh, yeah, Antony's crap." He's a waste of 100 million euros. Can't believe I signed him. If that's what you think he's going to do, well, then you'd be waiting a long time. You will be waiting a long time. And again, I got to be honest, the reason why I keep looking there is because there's a post that has to be put up. That's why. That I need this to discuss with you, absolute ledge bags, or legends, whatever way you want to call it. But yeah, no, look, in all honesty, I will read out a lot more, but let us know what you think. Do you think Antony can turn his form around at Manchester United? Do you think he won't turn his form around? Do you think, the Antony we're seeing, he's just not going to be able to, fit in the Prem? Or do you think, he'll turn in? He will. It'll take time to settle in. Again, I think the reason why there's so much pressure on Antony is because of his wage. His wage is the money we paid for him. We paid 100 million euros for him when we could have got him for a lot cheaper if we had a proper structure, proper owners, and we were a serious, proper club. Not Antony's fault. Not on the slightest. So that's if we spend 30, 40, even 50 million on him, we'd be like, yeah, okay, fair enough. I'm not going to criticize the man. That's not what I do. But because his price target, it's just because his price. It's his price, and that's why he's in the situation we're in at the moment. It's because of that exact reason. But again, can he turn his season around at Manchester United? You just don't know. It's not even a season. It's a sort of it's his career at the end of the day. No one else. It's not yours, not mine, Antony's. Ten Hag has also came out and said that. Please tell me that came up. No, it didn't come up. He says, you mentioned Ajax. I look back there. His effectiveness end product was higher and also Champions League very high. He's capable of doing this. Key actions, key passes, the crosses, the finishing. It's very high and should return to that level. But the Premier League is more difficult and he's capable of doing that. It has had an effect and impact on him, definitely. So he has to deal with that. He calls them. He has to sort them out, but he has to do better. So again, he's backing Antony, but he's not really backing Antony, if that makes any sense. But listen, Antony's career at Manchester United just doesn't seem to be going well. It really doesn't seem to be going well for him. And I mean, look, let's just see what happens. But like I said, do you think Antony can turn his season around? Can turn this bad form around, or do you think the Antony we're seeing now is the Antony we're going to get? Again, I'd love Antony to turn his season around, turn his form around. Sorry. But I'm sorry, I hate to admit it, but it's just not looking likely. And again, I'm not going to sit here and be hypocritical or whatever or deny it. And I've criticised Antony on numerous occasions, not a lot, but on a few occasions. So again, I'm not delusional too. I'm not going to sit here and say, blah, blah. I have. We all have. No one hasn't. No one hasn't. That's what I'm trying to say. But look, that's a bit of news about Antony. Won't talk about him too much. I want to discuss the last bit of news, which it'll be. I feel like I'll have to hold myself back here, but it is about Alvaro Fernandez. So Benfica. Again, he was meant to be on loan from Manchester United, and again, Benfica are closing in on a deal to sign Alvaro Fernandez. Personal teams are 100% agreed, and now the contract is ready to sign with an agreement being finalised with Man United. It comes out from Fabrizio Romano, and another source came out and said the deal is done. I think it's around 10 million. We're getting for him. Again, I said it yesterday, and it scares you because I said it yesterday, and I turned around and says, why are we getting rid of Antony? Alvaro Fernandez. If we ever get rid of Alvaro Fernandez, I question, because I looked at Alvaro Fernandez in pre-season with Manchester United. When Man United played Athletic Bilbao in Dublin in the Aviva Stadium, I went to watch it. And I was impressed with Alvaro Fernandez. Even before that match, I liked him. I thought, when we let him go out on loan, I actually questioned him. When Luke Shaw picked up that long-term injury, I was like, why do we let him go? He's a good left back. I actually highly rate Alvaro Fernandez. I actually highly, not Luke Shaw highly, right? Or even, I'd say he can be a better fullback than Alvaro Fernandez. But again, we're getting rid of these young players who are good. Hannibal looks to be going out on loan. Iqbal, we sold him. We sold the good young goalkeeper as well. We sold the likes of Chong and Alanga. Again, some would say, well, they had to go. But still, we another club maybe get a bit more for them. And Alvaro Fernandez looks to be gone for 10 mil. I wouldn't let him go for 20, 30 mil because I like Alvaro Fernandez. I was going to say I wouldn't take 100 mil for him, but come on now. I wouldn't take anyone to take 100 mil for any player, depending on who it is and how vital he is. But again, let us know what your thoughts. Alvaro Fernandez to Benfica. I disagree with it. I don't know what we're doing. We're getting rid of the wrong players, in my opinion, and we're bringing in the wrong players as well. But again, that has been the Man United News Roundup. Hope you all enjoyed it. To be again, it'll be out late every night. Say 10, 15, 20 minutes is the aim we try to do it in. So we have 19 minutes, 45 seconds on the clock. So before we go, hope you enjoy the show. Like, comment, hit that big red subscribe button. Follow our socials, links in the description. Check out the preview if you haven't already. And let us know if you thought I missed anything. And speak to you all tomorrow for another